Commander Elena Reeves sat alone in the small ready room of her spaceship, the Orion Hawk. The walls were gray, and the light hummed softly above her. It was supposed to be a normal patrol, but nothing felt normal in Elena's life anymore. Once, Elena was a hero in the United Space Fleet. She had saved lives and won battles. But after an argument with a superior officer, she was given the worst jobs. Boring patrols near the edge of human space. Some people called her a troublemaker. Others just called her unlucky. But Elena didn't care much about what people said. She just wanted to fly. Today, her route was along the edge of the Xilari Empire, a place where human ships didn't go unless they had to. The Xilari were strange to humans. They looked like tall, glowing insects, and their ways were very different. Many humans were afraid of them. Elena had never met a Xilari, but she had read about them in the academy. As the Orion Hawk drifted through empty space, Elena checked her screens and sensors. Nothing ever happened out here. The stars looked beautiful and cold through her window, and sometimes she talked to herself just to feel less lonely. Suddenly, a light flashed on her control board. Elena sat up, eyes wide. It was a distress signal. The computer showed the message was not from a human ship. The signal was weak, full of static, but one word came through clearly: help. Elena frowned. Her orders were simple: do not cross into Xilari space. Do not get involved in any problems. But Elena was a pilot, not a machine. She remembered her training. When someone asks for help, you help. That's what made humans different. That's what made them strong. She grabbed her headset and tried to answer the call. This is Commander Reeves of the Orion Hawk. Who are you? What's your position? But there was only more static and the faint sound of someone crying. She looked at the map. The signal was coming from a dangerous place, a field of sharp asteroids near the border. It was risky. But Elena could not ignore the cry for help. All right, Hawk, she whispered to her ship. Let's see what's out there. She punched in the new course and felt the engines hum beneath her feet. As the ship moved towards the source of the distress call, Elena felt her heart beat faster. She was breaking the rules, but sometimes rules needed to be broken. She hoped, deep inside, that she was not too late. She didn't know who she would find, or what kind of trouble waited for her in the dark. But Commander Elena Reeves was ready for anything. After all, this was what she was born to do: fly, protect, and answer the call for help, no matter the cost. Elena guided the Orion Hawk carefully into the asteroid field. The rocks floated everywhere, some as big as her ship, others small like pebbles. They spun slowly, making shadows dance across her window. Elena's hand stayed steady on the controls. She was a good pilot. She had trained for hard missions like this. The distress signal grew stronger as she went deeper. Her ship's computer tried to clear the static from the message. All she could hear was someone breathing fast, and sometimes a quiet sob. Suddenly, her sensors beeped a warning. There was another ship ahead, hidden between two large asteroids. The alien vessel looked strange, shaped like a silver flower with broken petals. Its lights blinked weakly, and a long crack ran down its side. Elena spoke into her headset. This is Commander Reeves. Do you need help? Can you hear me? A small, shaky voice answered. Help, please, they are coming. I'm scared. Elena felt a sharp worry in her chest. Whoever was there was alone and terrified. She brought the Orion Hawk closer, watching for danger. Her scanners picked up movement, small ships hiding in the shadows. Pirates. They were waiting, hoping to catch anyone who tried to help. Elena made a quick decision. She switched her ship to battle mode. Her father once told her, heroes don't wait for safety. They make safety for others. Elena was ready. She flew straight at the pirate drones, her lasers flashing. The first drone tried to block her path, but Elena spun her ship around it and fired, breaking it into pieces. Another drone shot at her, but she dodged, letting the asteroid field protect her. The pirates didn't expect such a brave attack. Elena moved fast, like she was dancing through space. She destroyed 2 more drones and made it to the alien ship. Her ship's shield took a few hits, but held strong. She opened a channel to the alien vessel. "I'm here. Open your airlock." The answer was a small, hopeful whisper. "Okay. I trust you." Elena docked her ship and put on her helmet. She hurried into the airlock, her heart beating quickly. Inside the alien ship, it was quiet and dark. She used her flashlight to look around. The walls glowed softly with colors she had never seen before. Suddenly, she saw a tiny figure hiding behind a seat. A child, with big shining eyes and thin arms. She was shaking with fear. Elena knelt down and spoke gently. "It's okay. I'm here to help. My name is Elena." The little alien girl looked at her for a moment, then rushed into Elena's arms, crying softly. "Please, don't let them take me." Elena hugged her close. "I won't. I promise." She looked back toward her ship. The pirates would return soon, but now Elena had something precious to protect. A life, and maybe much more. Elena held the little alien girl tightly as she hurried back toward her own ship. The girl's small hands trembled in hers. Elena moved quickly, every sense alert. The soft colors on the walls flickered, showing that the power was running out. Somewhere close, a piece of metal creaked loudly, making both of them jump. "We have to go now," Elena whispered. She led the girl through the quiet corridors, her flashlight showing the way. The girl looked around with wide, frightened eyes, but she trusted Elena. As they reached the airlock, Elena peeked outside. The asteroid field was still and silent, but she knew the pirates were not far away. Her ship, the Orion Hawk, was waiting with its hatch open and lights glowing warmly. It looked like a safe island in a dangerous sea. Suddenly, Elena's communicator beeped a warning. The pirates were moving again. 3 small enemy ships shot out from behind a giant asteroid, flying straight towards the Hawk. "Run!" Elena shouted. She picked up the little girl and dashed across the small gap between the ships. Blaster fire streaked past them, burning bright lines in the darkness. Elena jumped into the Hawk and slammed her hand on the airlock control. The door hissed shut just as another shot hit the side of the ship. Elena put the girl in a seat and strapped her in. "Stay here, no matter what," she said. The girl nodded, her eyes filled with trust and fear. Elena ran to the pilot's seat and quickly powered up the engines. The Hawk shook as another blast hit their shields. Elena gritted her teeth. She would not let them lose today. She pushed the ship's thrusters to full power. The Hawk shot forward, dodging around spinning rocks and flying debris. The pirates followed, firing again and again. Elena's hands danced over the controls. She weaved the Hawk through tiny spaces between asteroids, making it almost impossible for the pirates to hit her. One pirate ship got too close and smashed into a rock, exploding in a bright flash. The other 2 kept coming. Elena spun the Hawk around and fired her lasers, hitting one of the pirate ships in its engine. It spun out of control, disappearing into the darkness. Only one pirate ship was left. It chased Elena through a thick cluster of small asteroids. Elena slowed her ship, pretending to struggle. The pirate pilot thought she was hurt and moved in closer, ready to finish the fight. At the last moment, Elena twisted the Hawk between 2 sharp rocks, then rolled her ship upside down. The pirate tried to follow, but crashed into the side of an asteroid with a loud crash. The danger was over for now. Elena sighed with relief and looked back at the little alien girl. She was safe. Elena had kept her promise, but she knew this was just the beginning. She had a feeling that saving this child was going to change her life forever. Inside the safety of the Orion Hawk, the little alien girl sat quietly, her large eyes watching Elena with a mix of hope and worry. The ship drifted away from the asteroid field, but Elena could see on her screens that the danger was not completely gone. More pirate ships could be nearby. She had to move fast. Elena sat beside the girl and spoke gently. "Are you hurt?" The girl shook her head but didn't speak. She clutched a small glowing necklace with both hands. The light from the necklace danced on her fingers. "What's your name?" Elena asked softly. The girl took a deep breath. "My name is Zira. I am Princess of the Xilari." Her voice was quiet but proud. Elena was surprised. She had saved an alien princess. No wonder the pirates wanted her. If they captured a princess, they could ask for anything. Suddenly, Elena understood that she was not just in trouble. She was in the middle of something very important. "It's okay, Princess Zira. You are safe now," Elena promised. She wanted Zira to feel safe, even if she herself felt scared inside. "We need to get you home." Zira nodded. "Thank you, human. You are brave." Elena smiled and turned back to her controls. She started scanning for the quickest path out of danger and toward Xilari space. But something on her screen blinked red. A tracker was hidden in Zira's cloak. That was how the pirates kept finding her. Elena pointed to the necklace. "Zira, may I see your cloak for a moment?" Zira hesitated, then handed the cloak to Elena. Elena turned it over and quickly found a tiny metal device sewn into the hem. She pulled it out and crushed it under her boot. "We have to trick them," Elena said. She searched her ship for spare parts and soon put together a decoy, a small metal ball that sent out the same signal as the tracker. Elena placed the decoy in an escape pod, set the pod's timer, and launched it toward the far side of the asteroid field. "Now the pirates will follow the pod and not us," Elena explained. Zira watched in amazement. "You are very clever, Commander Elena." Elena grinned. "Just a few old tricks." For a moment, everything was quiet. The ship hummed softly, and the stars glowed outside the window. Zira's fear began to fade. She looked around the ship, touching the smooth walls and blinking lights. "Is this your home?" she asked. Elena laughed. "In a way, yes. It goes wherever I go." Zira smiled for the first time. She looked out at the stars and leaned against Elena's arm, comforted. Elena set a course for the nearest Xilari outpost, but she knew it would not be easy. The pirates might come back, and human patrols might not understand what she was doing. Still, Elena felt strong. She had a mission and a promise to keep. The Orion Hawk cruised silently through the vast blackness of space. Elena sat at the controls, her eyes sharp and focused. Beside her, Princess Zira sat quietly, clutching her glowing necklace. Neither spoke much, but both knew the danger was not over. Elena's sensors scanned constantly for signs of the pirates. She also watched the nearby human patrol routes on her screen. If they stopped her, it could mean trouble. The humans didn't know about Zira, and they might think Elena was a criminal or a spy. "We have to get to the Xilari outpost before anyone notices us," Elena said quietly. "Can you tell me more about your home, Zira? Maybe it will help us." Zira nodded slowly. "The Xilari Queen is my mother. She rules the empire with wisdom and strength. Our people live in cities built inside giant trees. The trees shine like stars in the dark." Elena smiled. "That sounds beautiful." "It is," Zira said, her eyes distant. "But not everyone likes humans. Some want war." Elena's smile faded. "War is never good, but maybe if they see what we've done, they will change their minds." Suddenly, the ship's alarm beeped sharply. Elena's heart jumped. On the screen, a small dot was moving fast. Pirate ships. They had found the decoy pod and were coming back. "Elena, they are returning," Zira whispered, clutching her necklace tightly. Elena took a deep breath and gripped the controls. "We can't outrun them for long. We need a plan." She flipped switches and prepared the Hawk's weapons. "Stay in your seat and keep calm. I will protect you." The pirate ships closed in quickly, firing bursts of energy. Elena dodged and weaved between meteors, using every skill she had. Her hands moved fast, keeping the Hawk alive. Zira watched silently, her eyes wide with fear and hope. She trusted Alina. She believed in her. Alina aimed her lasers and fired. One pirate ship exploded in a flash of light. The others hesitated but kept chasing. Alina suddenly had an idea. She guided the hawk toward a nearby nebula, a colorful cloud of gas and dust. It was dangerous to fly through, but it could hide them. The ship shook as it entered the thick cloud. Sensors went haywire, and visibility dropped. The pirates struggled too. Alina took a deep breath and flew carefully through the nebula. The clouds twisted and turned, and for a moment, she thought they were safe. Then, a warning beep sounded. A pirate ship had followed them inside. It was close, too close. Alina spun the hawk around and fired. The pirate ship burst into flames and drifted silently into the darkness. Outside the window, the stars began to clear. The nebula was behind them. Alina smiled, relieved but tired. We made it for now. Zira looked up at her. Thank you, Alina. You saved me. Alina nodded. And I will keep saving you, no matter what. The Orion hawk flew steadily away from the nebula, but Alina knew the pirates were still following. Their ships were small and fast, able to hide in shadows and attack without warning. Alina checked her sensors again. 3 pirate ships were closing in fast, their weapons ready. Zira, Alina said, her voice calm but serious. We need to prepare. The pirates won't give up. Zira nodded, clutching her glowing necklace. She had grown quiet since the attack, but her eyes were strong. Alina admired her bravery. The pirate ships appeared on the horizon like dark specks. Alina adjusted the hawk's shields and weapon systems. We have to use everything we've got. The pirates fired first, shooting bright beams that lit up the blackness. Alina dodged quickly, weaving the hawk through the endless stars. She was a master pilot, but the pirates were good too. Alina, what if they catch us? Zira asked, her voice barely a whisper. Alina glanced at the young princess. We won't let that happen, I promise. Suddenly, the pirates split up, trying to surround the hawk. Alina's heart raced. She knew she had to stay one step ahead. She pushed the ship faster, diving toward a cluster of space debris. Pieces of metal and rock floated everywhere, making the perfect hiding place. The pirates followed, but Alina was ready. Using her ship's advanced scanners, she found a narrow path through the debris, too small for the pirate ships to follow. With a quick burst of speed, she slipped through the gap. The pirates tried to follow but crashed into floating metal, their ships exploding one by one. Alina, you are amazing, Zira said, eyes shining. Alina smiled but kept her focus. We're not safe yet. Suddenly, her sensors picked up a new signal. A fleet of Siluri ships was approaching fast. Alina felt hope rise inside her. Maybe help had arrived. But there was a problem. The Siluri ships did not stop. Instead, they scanned the Orion hawk carefully, their weapons raised but not firing. Zira looked worried. Mother's guards, why don't they help us? Alina tried to communicate. This is Commander Alina Reeves, carrying Princess Zira. We come in peace. The Siluri ships responded with a warning tone. They ordered Alina to stop immediately. Alina sighed. We have to land and explain everything. It's our only choice. She carefully guided the Orion hawk toward the nearest Siluri station. The pirate threat was gone for now, but a new challenge had begun. Alina had saved the princess, but now she had to face the alien world's rules and its powerful queen. The Orion hawk slowly entered the massive Siluri space station, its sleek walls glowing with soft blue light. Alina felt the weight of thousands of eyes watching her through countless windows. The station was huge, like a city floating in space. It was clear the Siluri were powerful and proud. Alina kept her hand steady on the controls as the ship docked. Beside her, Princess Zira was quiet, her small fingers twisting nervously around the glowing necklace. The airlock opened with a soft hiss. A group of tall auxiliary guards waited, their bodies shimmering like crystal under the station lights. Alina stood and unstrapped herself, carrying Zira carefully. One guard stepped forward. His voice was calm but firm. "You are the human who saved our princess." Alina nodded. "Yes, I found her in the asteroid field. Pirates were attacking. I brought her here to keep her safe." The guard's eyes studied Alina closely. "Follow us. The queen will want to see you." They moved through long, glowing halls toward the heart of the station. Alina and Zira walked side by side, the alien princess leaning on her protector's arm. As they walked, Alina noticed Zira's fear slowly change to curiosity. The little princess asked questions in a soft voice. "Do humans have ships like this? Do you have stars like our trees?" Alina smiled. "We have many stars. And yes, we have ships like the Orion Hawk, but not as beautiful as this place." Zira's eyes shone. "I want to see your world someday." Alina squeezed her hand gently. "One day you will." Soon, they arrived at a grand chamber filled with light and color. At the center sat the auxiliary queen, a tall figure with glowing wings and eyes that seemed to look right through Alina. The queen spoke in a voice both strong and kind. "Commander Alina Reeves, I have heard of your courage. You saved my daughter, and for that, you have my respect." Alina bowed her head. "Thank you, Your Majesty. It was my honor." The queen looked at Zira, then back to Alina. "Our people have feared humans for many years, but you have shown us a new way." Zira smiled up at Alina. "She is brave and kind, like a true friend." The queen nodded. "You will stay with us for now. We must learn if this friendship can grow." Alina looked around the chamber. She knew this was just the beginning of a new chapter, not just for her, but for all humans and Silari. For the first time in a long while, she felt hope. The bright halls of the Silari Palace buzzed with soft light as Alina and Princess Zira prepared to leave for the human border. The Queen's guards had agreed to escort them safely through the dangerous zones between the two empires, but tensions were high. Humans and Silari had been enemies for years, and trust was fragile. Alina checked her gear one last time. Zira held her glowing necklace close, looking both nervous and hopeful. Alina knew this journey would test everything: her skills, her courage, and the fragile trust she had earned. The escort ships moved silently through space, a small fleet of Silari warriors guarding the delicate peace. Alina sat at the controls of the Orion Hawk, flying carefully, aware of every blip on her screen. As they neared the human border, a squadron of human patrol ships appeared. Their weapons were ready, and their faces were set with suspicion. They had never seen a Silari princess before. To them, the glowing alien child was a threat. "Human patrol," Alina called out calmly over the radio. "I am Commander Alina Reeves, escorting Princess Zira to safety. We come in peace." There was silence. Then a stern voice replied, "Identify yourself and your cargo." Alina repeated her name and the princess's identity. "This is an official mission approved by the Silari Queen. We ask for safe passage." The patrol leader hesitated. "We have orders to stop any unauthorized ships near the border." Zira looked up at Alina, eyes wide. "What will happen?" Alina's heart pounded. She could not let this end badly. "I'll handle it," she whispered. She opened the communication channel again. "Please, you must trust me. This child is the daughter of the Silari Queen. I promise she means no harm." There was a long pause. Then the patrol leader replied, "We need verification. Prepare to be boarded for inspection." Alina nodded, even though no one could see her. "Understood. We will cooperate." The human ships moved closer. Alina prepared the Orion Hawk for boarding, calming Zira as best she could. The princess's small hand squeezed hers tightly. The boarding party arrived, armed but careful. The humans looked at Zira with surprise and awe. Alina explained everything. How she found the princess, the pirate attacks, and the Queen's order. Slowly, the tension eased. The patrol leader spoke into his radio. Mission verified. You may pass. Alina exhaled deeply. She looked at Zira and smiled. We're safe, for now. Zira smiled back, her fear fading. Thank you, Alina. You are very brave. Alina smiled, feeling proud and hopeful. This moment was small, but it could change everything. The Orion Hawk glided slowly into the glowing Xilari capital. The city floated in space, its towers shining like giant crystals. Alina sat quietly, holding Princess Zira's hand. Both felt the weight of what was about to happen. The Xilari Queen had summoned them for an important meeting. Alina knew this was more than thanks. It was a test. As they entered the Grand Palace, the halls shimmered with light. Guards stood silently along the walls, their eyes sharp and watchful. Alina felt the eyes of the whole court on her, the human who dared to save the princess. The queen sat on a throne made of light and metal. Her wings spread wide, glowing softly. She looked at Alina with a serious but kind gaze. You have done a great service to our people, the queen said. Saving my daughter was brave. But now, you must explain why. Alina bowed respectfully. Your Majesty, I acted because I could not ignore a cry for help. No matter who sent it, I knew I had to save Princess Zira. It was my duty as a pilot. And as a human. The queen nodded slowly. Humans are known for their courage and compassion, but also for their recklessness. Why should we trust you? Alina met the queen's gaze steadily. Because I want peace between our people. I believe we can learn from each other. This princess is a chance for us to start something new. Zira stepped forward, her voice clear and strong. Mother, Alina saved me. She risked her life. She is my friend. The queen looked at her daughter, then back at Alina. A smile softened her face. Perhaps this friendship can be a bridge between our worlds. She turned to her council. We will consider this carefully. For now, Alina, you will be our guest. Your courage has earned you honor. Alina felt a warmth in her chest. She had done more than survive. She had made a difference. As the meeting ended, Zira took Alina's hand again. Thank you, Alina, for everything. Alina smiled. We have a long road ahead, but I'm ready. Outside the palace, the stars shone bright. A new hope flickered in the hearts of humans and Xilari alike. The great hall was quiet but full of energy. Alina stood before the Xilari queen and her council. The room was bright, filled with light that seemed to glow from the walls themselves. Many important leaders from both the Xilari and human worlds were present. Today was a day unlike any other. The queen's voice was calm but powerful. Commander Alina Reeves, your bravery and kindness have changed our future. You saved my daughter, but you gave us much more, a chance to build peace. Alina bowed her head, feeling both proud and humble. She never expected such honor. Thank you, Your Majesty. I only did what any pilot should do. The queen smiled. Because of your courage, we offer you a great reward. Not gold or medals, but something more meaningful. Alina's eyes widened as the queen gestured to the side. The large ship slowly entered the hall. It was like nothing Alina had ever seen, sleek and shimmering with colors that changed like a living rainbow. The ship's surface moved softly, almost like skin. It was a sentient starship, a gift only given to the Xilari royal family. This starship, the queen said, will be yours. It will protect you and help you protect others. It is a symbol of trust and friendship between our people. Alina stepped forward, awe filling her heart. She reached out and touched the ship's smooth hull. The ship seemed to respond, glowing warmly where her hand touched. Princess Zira smiled brightly. This is the best reward. Now you are part of our family. Alina looked at the queen, then at Zira. I will do my best to honor this gift and our friendship. The queen nodded. We also grant you a seat at the Intergalactic Council, a place where you can speak for both humans and Silari. Your voice will help guide our future." Alina could hardly believe it. From outcast pilot to honored protector and council member, her life had changed forever. Later, Alina stood outside the Great Hall, looking at the stars. The new starship waited beside her, ready to take her anywhere. She thought about the journey, the danger, the friendship, the hope. A smile spread across her face. This was only the beginning. Together, humans and Silari could build a better universe. Alina reached out and touched the ship again. "Let's fly."